Hey scrapbookers and crafters, this is Michelle at michellesizemore.com. I have one L in my first name and my website link if you're looking for me. I'm a Creative Memories advisor, and today you'll learn how to make this super easy 2-page layout using our Springtime Soiree collection. It's our new 2025 spring collection for Creative Memories, and I also used a light blue cardstock. That is all I used. Now, I chose to keep this very simple. You could, if you wanted to, decorate the sides some more. You could jazz this up with some stickers or variety mats. I'll show you an example. I chose to cut one of the variety mats down. This background purple piece is 4x4, which is the size of a photo. And then I cut this down to fit. And you could put a card there or a sticker cluster or something like that. You could put a journal box here or here instead of a photo. It's up to you. But you could just use these measurements and change it up a little bit. But let's show you how to do this. It's super easy. I'm going to grab everything that I used here. I have everything in a Power Project sleeve. Open at the top and the side, just a quick and easy place to keep things for a project. And then when you empty it out, you can replace it with stuff for another project. Or you can have multiple projects, separate it out and have these stacked on each other, sort of like the power layout idea. I'm going to set that aside and show you what I used. Okay, this is the purple paper from Springtime Soiree. I used Creative Memories ruled paper. I used this light blue paper from Creative Memories, and then these are the two papers that I used for the backgrounds. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing I need to do is to cut down my blue pieces of cardstock. And I've drawn all these pencil lines just to make it easy to show you. So I had measured this out to see what would work with the photos that I wanted. And what works is to cut this 8 3/4 inches wide by 10 3/4 inches long. So I drew pencil lines on here just to make it a little bit easier for me to show, because I need to be precise with it. I'm going to open up the arm to my trimmer, make sure my foot is popped out so that it will be level on my table and give me some extra measuring space. So I'm going to just pretend these pencil lines aren't here, and this is what I would do to get 8 3/4 inches going this way. There's the 8 mark. 3/4 inches is right here, so I'm going to line that up right there, and then this left-hand side dotted line on my rubber mat is where the blade's going to come down, and that's where I drew my line. So I'm going to cut that with a straight blade, and then I would save this for a future project. And then this one is supposed to be 10 3/4, so I'm going to line it up at the 10 3/4 mark here. And my line is crooked, but it starts here, and that is in the right spot. So, and I could erase my pencil lines that still show, or just flip it over and use the other side. So I would do the same thing to this piece, but to save time, I'm not going to do that. I'm just, for teaching purposes, I just wanted to show you that. So you would take your piece. So we're going to do the left hand side, okay, and the right hand side is just you just repeat what you do, but you move it in toward each other. So this would go here, and let's grab this. This is such an easy layout to do. And I would take my repositionable tape runner and put it on the back here, definitely at every corner, and then a couple of pieces here on each side, and then a few dabs in the middle. And then you just sort of eyeball it and make sure you get the same amount at the top and the bottom you know, to make it even. And if you want to be perfect, you can measure just to make sure it's equal. But I'm just going to eyeball it. Since I am using repositionable tape runner, I can always pick it up and move it if I decide to. And then you're going to press that down really well and make sure it sticks. And then you would do the same thing over here. And then really all you do is add your photos. I mean, it's super duper easy. And so this would be 4x6 photo here, a 4x6 photo here, and then of course you're going to line it up to where all your sight lines look good and match up the way you want them to. And then you would cut this two photos to a 4x4. And to do that, you're going to grab your photo trimmer and these photos are pretend photos are 4x6 already, so I don't need to cut that side. I just need to flip it, put my photo underneath there, line it up at the 4-inch mark, make sure it's straight all the way down and at the top. Put my finger here, but not over here where the blade comes down, and crop. And then you would do the same thing to your other pretend photo and put those up here. And then you have your page. And like I said, you can decorate it as much or as little as you want. But what I chose to do here is I just, you know, you can just consider where you have that it's a photo, it could be a placeholder for something else. And you could cut a card to fit, or if your card doesn't fit, you could cut it down as small as you can, you know, get it. And then if you have extra space over here, just fill it with another color behind it. And I would clean that up just a little bit because that purple does show past. I would just kind of take my scissors and clean that up. And then you could cut this piece of ruled paper to 4x6, which all you do with that, if you want to have a journal box, you take your 12-inch trimmer, and I want it to be 4 inches wide because the lines go this way. So I'm going to line it up at the 4, make sure it follows this grid line all the way down, and cut. And then flip it, but I need to pull out my arm to give me some extra measuring space. And again, make sure my little foot down there is flipped out so that you have level space and it's steady. Flip it one to the left, one little turn, line it up at the 6, make sure it's straight at the top, and cut. And now you have your 4x6 piece of ruled paper that you can journal on, and you would just take this off and replace this and have that there instead of a photo. So it's super easy, and I think it's really pretty, and I love this paper. And I just want to show you a few other color combinations using the same idea. If you just wanted to do, let me get all of this out of the way. If you just wanted to do a one-page layout with this idea and not bring it in, this blue paper was cut the same. All this was the same. I just then mounted it on a darker purple and cut it 1/4 of an inch bigger on 2 sides. And then you could just use it as a one page. And you could put your photos here, or again, you could put like a cute sticker combination or a card or a journal box, whatever you want. So and this is all using Springtime Soiree. So this is one. This is another one. This kind of makes me think of Easter. Be cute for Easter photos. And then this is another one where I use the same background paper but a Kelly green instead of the light blue. So just several different color combinations with the same idea. But I really do like that idea, and it is something I would use in my scrapbooks for sure. And let's just take one more look at it, if I can find it. Here we go. So I like it just like that. And I do think I would use a cute card here and a journal box here. But depending on how many photos I had, if I had this many photos, I could just leave it just like this. And you could always put some kind of a skinnier card here and do something that says First Easter, or jazz it up however you like. But I like the simplicity of it, just like that. I think this would be pretty for little girls, little babies, little toddlers, Easter egg hunts, all of that. So thank you for watching my video, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.